Hello, friends. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach, and today we are joining a very interesting conversation. And if you're here, if you're watching it live, please comment. How are you doing? How's your Friday going? And if you're watching replay, you can, comment there as well. I wanted to discuss a topic today. And if you have missed that announcement, I am focusing on my platform more for moms at the moment. That is one of the switch I have gone through mid year this year. And I wanted to share why it is so important. So, way back 2015, that is when my transformation started. That is when I was so depressed, I was suicidal. And just starting my journey there to who I have become today, that today I have the privilege to lead other people through their healing journey, to, go down with them into the deep trenches of their mind where the darkness lives and there's all kind of chaos that is sitting there. We sort through, we align it, just again having the privilege to help them heal and open their heart and live from their heart. Today I have the privilege to get to do that with other people. But throughout the whole thing, one of the passion that drove me, and it still drives me, I really wanted to show other people they don't have to live with inner pain. And so many of us in adult life, we live within our pain and we feel like, that is supposed to be normal. That is how it's supposed to be. Being adult is just hard. Life is just hard. Relationships are hard. Marriage is hard. Having kids is hard. And we live with this kind of like a deep sadness within us, thinking, only a kid can be happy and an adult cannot be happy because adulthood is not easy. It's very hard and it's very difficult. Most of us, we live with that narrative in our mind. And as I started seeing solutions to that, as I started seeing there is another way of being, and that is the way of being with your heart, not with your mind, because that is where all the chaos lives. I just became more and more passionate that I want to share this with people. I want to show this to other people. Just to be specific, I remember very clearly there was a moment in 2015 when I was on all four and I was just crying, sobbing like crazy. And in that moment, I had a conversation with the creator. I said, God, if you show me the way out of this, the way out of this pain. I will dedicate my life to sharing this with other people. So right now we are in the sharing with other people part of my journey. And just knowing that how it transformed me, but it didn't just help me, it transformed my child. The mother I was when the kid was born and when he was 2 years old, and the mother he has today when he's 11, there's a huge difference. And that difference shows up in him. He is a much happier child, more emotionally in tune with himself, um, more emotional intelligence than I ever had at that age. But I see that ripple effect. But not just there. I see the ripple effect um, how the family is extending for in terms of like how my interaction is with his dad, with his stepmom, how my interaction is like with everybody else. And I can very clearly see that one mom healing herself is directly impacting her life, her child's life. And I'm pretty sure my son is going to be a different kind of parent than I was in the beginning. I continue to grow. And I've been able to see the impact of one healed mom, how it completely transforms. It transforms generations to come. And I have seen the clients I have who are moms, they're single moms, they're moms who are happily married, they're moms who are struggling in their marriage. As I have seen that work, transform their life, transform their kids' life, transform their spouses, helping, like, the inner work they get to do, helping them getting remarried. As I have seen that, I get to witness. We all have heard, like, one healed person can heal a generation, but when you get to witness it, yes, I see the results. I see the results of what we are working on together. As I let go of my fear, my child becomes more fearless than I was. As I let go of judgment, my son is going to hold on to less of that self-judgment energy. As I become less anxious, my child is going to become less anxious. So I want to get into a little bit of like what really happens because I'm a scientist at my core. The what and how question always pops up. When we start to do the inner healing work, when we are moving out of here and we are going in here, we start to open our heart. We start to heal the blockages within it. We start to remove them, transform that energy. Self judgment becomes self acceptance, resentment becomes self forgiveness, fear becomes trust and certainty. All those things start to shift. So the energy within us start to shift. And as that happens, my heart stays more open. One of the one of the most common comment I get from other people, just being around you makes me feel better. It's not that there's something special about me. I work very diligently to keep my heart open. When I am in a conversation with my mentor, that is what we are focusing on. What is closing my heart right now? How to keep it open. When you are around a person who have their heart open, and it stays open from moment to moment. It's not going to close down just because you have said a comment that have upsetted them and now they want to attack you. That is a person with a closed heart. So when they're able to keep their heart open, you feel good just being around them. Why are you feeling good? Because your heart is opening too. Our energy mimics. So when a mom has her heart open and she's continuously working on that, kids feel good in her presence because their heart opens up. Now, mother is such a powerful relationship that no matter what, we just feel good being around our mom. Even if the mom is not very, loving and caring and kind and healed herself, generally we feel good. But when the mom has her heart open, we don't just feel good, we are healed in her presence. When the mom does not have worry inside of her, every single mom I ever met she worries about her kids. And we say that's a good thing. That means you're loving your kid. I cannot emphasize enough on it how that worry damages their own kids. If you're a mom who's not controlled by fear, fear comes and you're like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna trust. I'm trusting the direction I'm going. I know fear is going to be just a distraction in my consciousness. I'm not gonna feed it. When you become a mom like that, imagine your 35-year-old kid comes to you and they have all these fears and anxiety. What's gonna happen to it? It's gonna dissipate because you're not holding on to that energy. So they cannot hold on to that energy in your presence. When we go into judgment, when we go into comparison, if I'm not holding that energy within me, so when my kid comes to me, they won't be able to hold that energy. And my friend, to me, in my world, the world I live in, this is the most precious gift you can give to your children. I know we all work really hard because we want to make sure our kids' tuition is paid for college. They get a brand new car when they go to college. Some of us are more ambitious and we're like, let me even buy a house for my kid before, they get married so they can move into their own home. I know we work on all these physical things, but what is the most important thing we can give to our kids? A happy life, a life that is internally happy. There's so many people out there who are faking being happy. They travel, 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 and they're like, I'm so happy. And then they go to bed at night, and then all their fears come up, their doubts come up, their feeling of loneliness come up, and sometimes they go to bed crying, and sometimes they take a sleeping pill to go to sleep because their mind is so overactive. If I want my kid to be in a space where they're internally happy, if that is what I truly, truly desire for them, then first I need to get in a space where I am internally happy. Otherwise, my child is just going to fake happiness the way I'm faking. Because if I don't have that energy, how can I pass it on? And of course, both mom and dad, they come together and, that child is born, that energy is born, which is an extension of two people. But even if you are doing the work, because your kids' brain cells still live, your kids' cells still live in your brain. That's why we feel so connected to our kids. So as the frequency of your cells is changing, there is a tiny part of them that is still within you. That frequency changes, they change because those are their cells. They're still inside of you. As you change, they change. And it's not going to be a change that happens like, there's a switch, you turn it on and off, and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on myself because my kid is going crazy. They're in their teenage years. It's not a switch you turn on and off, it's a way of being. You start to work on that way of being. And then one day things shift. I would tell you it took me, I believe, at least solid 3 years or plus working consistently on myself every single day, being in a call with my mentor every single day, every single day, where I truly started to see that in my son. Like in the beginning, I was like, is it working? Is it not? Like, I'm chill. Why he's not chill? Why he still have those insecurities? Because somewhere deep down, I was still holding on to 1%, 2%, 3% insecurities. I'm still working on it. But as certain parts of me started to mature, I became more sure of who I am. I started seeing that in him too. When I became more of, I can speak up without being afraid of being rejected. When I got to that level, he got to that level too. So, whatever, especially if your kids are young, definitely start doing this work. This is the most beautiful gift you can give it to them. It's even more precious than buying a bigger house for your kids because how they feel inside of them, it goes everywhere they go. If you're feeling horrible inside of you, it doesn't matter what a beautiful place you're living in, you still feel horrible inside of you. And there's so many of us who live that way. We go on vacation, vacations are amazing, we're still feeling anxiety, we're still feeling depression. We start to lose true flavor and taste of life when we are not feeling internally happy. So if that is you, and if you're here and if you're interested in it, I am teaching a program. It's a 10-week program called Unlocked Heart. It's for primarily for women and specifically for moms. But if you're not a mom, you can still join as long as you are in a female body. You're in a female body, you're a mother. You're mother to this planet Earth. I'm pretty sure you are either giving birth to a project, a business, or you have a vision of a different world. We all are, you're in a female body is nurturer. We all are nurturer. So it is primarily for women. And we will be going into a deeper aspect of how to unlock, heal, and open that heart. And we'll be working on 8 specific um, blocks that we'll be working on. And not sure if I remember all of them from top of my head, but it's going to be judgment, that we're going to work through, resentment, we're going to work through comparison, shame, guilt, fear, I believe not anxiety. What are the other two? I forgot. What are the other two? But over the week, over the 10-week period, we'll be working through those blocks and I'll be showing you where they are and how to release them and how to live in a different way. And after that, your work would be to just practice that. And if you're ready for deeper work, you can, move into my one-on-one container. And that is where we get to heal the root of whatever that is. But if you're just interested in doing the hard work, being a more present mother, being a mom who's not drenched in guilt and shame and fear and worry, then I would highly recommend you join us. We are starting September 18. It's going to be a Thursday. It's going to be every following Thursday for 10 weeks. And it is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you live in Pacific Coast, it will be 3 p.m. for you. If you live in somewhere in Europe, I'm really sorry that it might be too late for you. If you're one of those enthusiastic people, you can maybe stay up at midnight and you can, 11 p.m., you can join us if you're a night owl. And if you're in other time zone, you can figure out whatever it is. But this is a program that's going to show you how to get into your heart. You're going to walk away with a meditation that is going to be tailored just for this program. And that is again, that is also one of my specialty that I'm going to start teaching a little bit more about how to meditate. True meditation happen with your heart because that is where you're connected to your soul. And your soul is why we meditate. We meditate so we can feel who I am beyond this body. So more on that to come later. But for now, if you are a mom and you're ready to give your kids the most precious gift, I will invite you to join us September 18. You can DM me if you want the link for it. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can comment below and I can share the link for it. And if you're already part of my world, you know where the link is. It is on the website. It's under the group program. And I am so excited to create a world, create a movement where moms do not align with guilt, shame, worry, or fear, and much more. That is the mission I am on. That is the movement I'm creating. Moms get to be guilt-free, shame-free, and fearless. So if you're up for creating that world, reach out and we'll talk. And please share this with other people. If you're not a mother and you know someone who can use it, if you're a man, if you're not even married yet, please share it with other people. Share it with your mom. She can definitely help working through those inner blocks to the heart. So that is all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with more. Sending you so much love. Bye.